So it's time to start thinking about, we've put our rim joists in, so now we have to put our floor joists in. And it's time to think about how are we going to frame this house. And architects can start anywhere designing a house, first floor, second floor, basement, whatever. Contractors, of course, start from the bottom and work their way up, but engineers start from the top and work their way down. And that's what we're going to do here. Is we're going to start on the second floor and think about what walls are carrying the loads of the floor joists. And the floor joists are supported at both ends. So we have support walls, and let's see how this looks. This is a, it went to red. So this is a bearing wall right here. You see this is a bearing wall. That's one end of the floor joist. This will be a bearing wall. That's the other end of the floor joist. And we'll let this be a bearing wall too. I don't know why that's not working, but that is supposed to be working. Anyway, that's a bearing wall too. So now, let's see if it works. No, it doesn't work. And it makes sense then for this to be a bearing wall and for the floor joist to span. But then I'm going to make this version of my floor joist, and this will be a bearing wall. And the direction of my floor joist into this direction. And somewhere the bridge stops, so the framing goes across like that and like that. So that looks pretty good so far. Let's see what we can do here to get down a little farther. So then we'll make this a bearing wall, and we'll frame across here. That's starting to make sense to me. And then we'll come across here, and we'll make this a bearing wall. And now the question is, which way should we frame? So I guess I'm going to say that's not going to be a bearing wall all the way across. Now I'm going to frame my floor joist in this direction. So this is a bearing wall, and this is a bearing wall, and my floor joist will go in that direction. So that's the concept as far as the framing goes for the second floor. And we'll use this as a reference when I start putting in the structural system in my Revit model.